Kumusta kayo? Ako si
Ako
Maxine.
si Zuchi.
Welcome to our channel. What is that?
Pimple again.
She put something on her pimple. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Yesterday we asked you a question via our community pool. It's something that we're gonna do every day from now on. Ask you what we should react to the next day, because we only react 24 hours in advance. That's it. No 3 weeks in advance or anything like that. More than 50% said Philippines save my people. All Filipinos save it. Jewish lives. So this is the one that we're gonna do today. If you want to have your say and be able to vote, subscribe and see your community tab. YouTube is gonna suggest it to you and just vote. That's it. You don't need to like the video, you don't need to comment, just vote. And every day we're gonna take the most upvoted and we're gonna react to it. And go check our Instagram, max_suji. So okay,
let's get started.
Sige sige, my friends. Hello, kumusta, shalom. I wanted to talk to you guys today about something a little bit different. Now I'll do a quick introduction for those of you guys who don't know me. Hello, my name is Tal. I'm also known as the Traveling Clat, and I travel around the world making YouTube videos and Facebook videos for my various channels on the internet. For the last 4 months, I have been here in the Philippines.
4 months?
Due to the current situation around the world, I have been sort of stranded here on the island of
it's a new video from a few weeks ago.
Cagayan de Oro.
Cagayan de Oro.
First experience traveling in the Philippines.
Oh, Cagayan de Oro. Is it from Finn's no girlfriend is from? I think you guys called us Cagayan de Oro. Is it from where she's from? I think so. I'm not sure.
And sort of lived here 2 years ago for about 5 months.
Sherlyn.
And luckily, since my first visit here, I have had the blessing and opportunity to interact with plenty and many amazing Filipinos around the world, some of which becoming my closest friends on this planet. Today, I wanted to tell you guys a story about the incredible relationship that the Philippines has with my home country, not just the United States of America where I was born, but what I consider my true home, the land and state of Israel. And beyond just having a relationship with Israel, having a relationship with the Jewish people, the Jewish nation of which I am a part of. The reason that I chose today to make a video talking about this topic is because today is a very significant day for Jewish people. You see, this is a video that is not going to get 1 million views. It's not a video that's going to be
you never know. People are reacting to you right now. You have 55,000 after a few weeks. Please help him go viral. Go comment to his video and tell him that you love his video. A lot of people told us that this story really touched them, so go tell him like his video. The more you like his video, the more YouTube is gonna recommend the video. That's how it works. So
just generally, it's not something that most people want to intake. But
I want to
besides
hear
that, due to the topics that I'm about to speak of, there's a very good chance that YouTube will demonetize this video, which will hinder its ability to get out to you. So keep in mind, if you like the message of the video, please do share it, because I probably won't be able to get it out to people because YouTube will be muting and censoring this video. That being said, the topic is too important for me to censor anything myself, so I don't want to actually censor anything. I want to tell you guys how it is, the story as it happens.
Krakow,
So
Poland,
today in
Jewish
Israel
labor
and
camp.
The rest of the world, Jews are celebrating but also mourning Yom HaShoah, which is also known as Holocaust Remembrance Day. And the reason that I wanted to make this video here in the Philippines is because the Philippines actually took a pretty significant part in not only the creation of the State of Israel, but also saving Jewish people during the Holocaust. Now, for those of you guys who have no idea what I'm talking about, I want to explain to you how this Southeast Asian nation that's been colonized and conquered by so many different people actually took in Jewish people at the end of the Holocaust to make sure as refugees that would be safe here in their country. So just a little bit of history for you guys about...
Well, I just want to do something. I'm almost crying just by the visual. He's such a good storyteller. I'm like completely hypnotized by what he's telling us. And the work he put into the image that he showed. It's so smooth. He's doing such a good job. It makes me emotional just watching the succession of image with his radio voice on top of it. I don't know. It's such a good video.
The Philippines is a nation that has been conquered and conquested by many different peoples around the world. You know, you'll walk around here, you'll see some Filipinos that look Korean, some that look Spanish, some that look Chinese, some that look slightly Indian. It's really interesting to have a nation with such a diverse, group of people, but all coming under the one hood of Filipino. And that's because this country has had conquests from the United States, had a 400-year occupation by Spain, was invaded by the Japanese, the Chinese, the Indians, the Arabs, and many other different groups that sailed past here, found the riches and the kindness of these people, and decided to either leave them with bounties or leave them in anguish. But no matter what, no matter how many times the Philippines has been conquered or hurt or stabbed in the back, the people always remain humble, hardworking, and ready to accept people into their lives, especially people that they don't know. So before I tell you guys how this relates to the Holocaust, I want to tell you guys something that maybe not a lot of you even know. If you you ever heard of the Spanish Inquisition, this was a very, very difficult time for many Jews in Spain. While they were still a minority, a lot of Jews congregated in that country, and that actually came out with the term Sephardi in conjunction with Mizrahi, Sephardi, and Ashkenazi to sort of coin the terms or the history of the lineage of the Jew that you're talking about. During the Inquisition, many Jews in Spain were given the option to either convert to Christianity or flee or face certain death. So many Jews left. These Jews were termed Marranos or Conversos. But little did you know, a lot of the Jews that fled Spain actually made it to the island of Samar, an island that I recently had the privilege to travel to. And they became a term called crypto-Jews, Jews that lived in secrecy. They sailed all the way to Samar to find safe refuge and practice their religion freely. So this was sort of the first trickling in of Jewish people and the relationship between Jewish Filipinos was around that time. And this is where the story takes a really dark turn. Prior to 1935, there was slow masses of immigration of Jews to the Philippines, but it was never something substantial. Between the years of 1935 to 1946, World War II was in full-blown rage. The Holocaust had begun, and Jews were no longer safe in the places that they called home for centuries. You know, biblically, we stem from the land of Israel. The kingdom of Judea is where our genes go back to. But conquest after conquest, similar to the Philippines, how the Philippines has been conquested by foreign nations over and over again. The land of Israel was conquered by the Romans, the Greeks, the Ottomans, the Persians, over and over and over again. Jewish people were taken into slavery, kicked out of their own homes, over and over again. So we existed in what is called the diaspora, the Jewish diaspora. So there were many Jews living around the world in places that had become home but were never really home. So during the events of the Holocaust, Jews started fleeing. And they fled to a country in the middle of the Pacific Ocean that offered them a home and said that they were safe to come here as refugees and they would be not only safe to arrive here but taken care of by the government. You see, in the late 1930s, the president of the Philippines, Manuel Quezon, and God bless this guy, he had enacted a policy called the Open Door Policy. And this policy allowed over 1,200 Jews to come to the Philippines and seek safe haven. And you know, while Jews were being rejected from nation to nation around the world at that time, you know, everywhere in Europe was pretty much off the list. Places in Northern Africa too dangerous because of anti-Semitism, as well as the rest of the Middle East. Even the United States, places like Canada, places like the UK, where Jews would have thought to have been safe, were not accepting them. Now get this, I'm going to read this directly from an article that's on the Times of Israel. This is the thing that to me is the most...
Is there a particular reason why the Filipinos were like that? I feel like it were always like that. I don't know. Because you guys told us that back then, the Philippines were the second biggest economy in Asia behind Japan. And they are rich, and then the war changed everything during the 50s, 60s, 70s. A lot of people say we love Ferdinand Marcos, a lot of people say we don't like. If you would read our comment section about Ferdinand Marcos, he's controversial in good way, bad way. It's really diverse. So
yeah, I'm so curious too.
Well, one of the reasons might be that, like he said, the Filipinos are so diverse to begin with, so they understand the struggle, maybe.
But you know, those time if something going on in the world about the Jews, some the leader not even gonna try to accept anything because they're scared of the trouble, but he kind of accept them.
Yeah. So
he not even scared of anything. Even that mean maybe those time they still have some power in the country.
Even reacted to the 1,000 Filipino soldier versus 40,000 Chinese soldier, and again Filipino helped South Korea.
Yeah.
While a lot of countries did not help. So it started, it was in the 50s, that other story. So it started before that.
Quezon wanted to bring tens of thousands of Jews to the Philippines and permanently settle them on the island of Mindanao, where I currently am. But unfortunately, the Americans, the United States of America, which was the occupying force in the Philippines at the time, they rejected the idea, only allowing about 1,000, 1,200 to settle here. And this is not me taking any sort of dig at the United States of America. I'm proud to be an American. I love the United States. But from the same perspective, it's such a testament to the Filipinos and the connection that me, as an Israeli, as a Jew, has with the Filipino people, more so than an American. And I think the story of how a president in the Philippines fought to get Jews here and wanted even more, but was rejected that opportunity, it shows the testament of how our bond as Filipinos and Jews, Filipinos and Israelis, should not only be as tight as possible, but should continue forever.
Sorry for pausing again. You guys told us that the Filipinos have a strong faith. They are Christian, Catholic, but they are strong in their beliefs. So maybe the part of believing and being a good Christian is to accepting others and being very kind toward others, because Yes, in truth, and in Canada, USA, and other country, we are Christian, but it feels like Filipino are really, there's Christian, and then there's like Filipino Christian, it's like another level. And maybe all of that kindness, it comes from that belief, that strong belief, and respecting
you need to love everyone.
Yes,
like
we're really respecting everything that comes with being a Christian, like more in a biblical sense, maybe. I don't know. I don't want to say words that I don't understand, but they have a strong belief that are stronger than other countries that are Christian, just half Christian. I don't know how to explain that, but if you can confirm or help me, because I don't know enough about.
Yeah.
My English is limited. Okay, sorry.
Mine is really
This is a
limited.
very abridged version of the story. I'm telling you guys something that will fit in a YouTube video. So of course, if you're interested in more history, definitely read up about it. But the story doesn't end there. It doesn't just end at the end of the Holocaust. The relationship between Israel and the Philippines, the Jewish people and the Philippines, has actually stemmed into even more of a beautiful relationship now in the modern age. Israel was established in 1948 as what it is now, the State of Israel. Proudly, in 1958, there was a treaty signed of the friendship between the Philippines and Israel. Both countries opening embassies in their various capitals, one in Tel Aviv and one in Manila. But to get to that point, when the voting for the State of Israel happened in the UN, the Philippines was the one and only country on this whole continent of Asia that voted for Israel. And for that, Israel has never forgotten. And that's something that I hope Israelis and Jewish people around the world will never forget. Because our ally, the ones who decided to take a step above and save us after fleeing a genocide in Europe, actually voted for our statehood, for our independence. When Filipinos come to Israel, the visa requirements that are pretty strict for a lot of other countries are waived almost entirely. And for Israelis coming to the Philippines, I actually get a 60-day free visa on arrival here with my Israeli passport.
Wow.
So I'm able to stay here for longer without having to pay as much. And the ties are endless. I mean, Filipinos and Jews have been traveling across each other's countries for a couple of decades now. The Philippines has become a very, very popular destination for Israeli backpackers, and one where I know, personally speaking to a lot of Israelis who come here and travel, Israelis feel super safe and super welcome here, because when you tell somebody you're from Israel here, and you tell somebody you're a Jew in this country, they don't treat you with anti-Semitism, they don't look at you badly, they don't have any sort of stereotypes built up around you, they welcome you as family. They usually say, oh, you're from the land of Jesus, but it's always a really, really tight-root relationship, and there's so many Filipinos that live and work in Israel, either as overseas workers or as permanent residents there. It's one of our biggest migrant groups in Israel. There's actually a fair that's held in Israel, in the city of Haifa, the one that I hopefully want to live in one day. It's called the Philippines Fair, and it's held by the Philippines Embassy. It's to celebrate this relationship between Israel and the Philippines, and it's a festival that celebrates Filipino culture and food across Israel. When I was 19 and I had just started my travel journey, I was working on one of my uncle's kibbutzes, which is a sort of farming community in northern Israel. And while I was working on that farm, I actually worked on an almond orchard, picking almonds, putting them into a bag, and the people who worked alongside me were Filipinos. And this was a time where I was introduced into some of the culture, the fun-loving attitude, the hilarious dialects, and the relationship between Philippines and some of the different islands and countries and food and whatever it was. I learned a lot by just being with these Filipinos. And after that, when I went on my cargo ship journey, most of the crew was Filipino, so I was able to really bond with them. And then eventually when I came here, the plan was to be here for about a week, 2, maybe a month. I ended up staying 5 months. And the country brought me back again. And now it looks like I'm going to be here for way longer than I ever anticipated. I've had so many accounts. I mean, it would be impossible to name everybody in one video. But so many Filipinos, and I've made tons of vlogs on this so you can see it firsthand. Filipinos that have helped me personally, that have taken me in, given me a place to sleep, a place to eat, when I didn't have much the first time around coming here. And even now, when I'm more set up, in certain dire situations that I was in, there was a night where I was transitioning between houses here in Cagayan de Oro. A viewer just like you guys, Arnel, here in Cagayan de Oro, pretty much saved me. He drove me around all day without really knowing me, just to make sure that I was safe when I finally got to the house that I'm in now. And now on this trip to the Philippines, I've had the opportunity to meet, converting Jews that are in the middle of the conversions, Jews that are interested in Israel, that love Israel. Big shout out to my friend Ehud that I met in Jensan here in Mindanao, and another friend of mine, Denji, that I met in Davao. These are people that have become close people to my heart that I love very, very much, and either took me in, or helped me out, or just were friends of mine while I was traveling. And just to be able to connect with Filipinos that are trying to become Jewish, or want to be a Jew, or are interested or fascinated with Judaism, to me is the most amazing thing. I love you, Philippines, and I love the relationship that I have with you as a person, but also that I have with you as my Jewish identity and my Israeli identity continue into the future. I know that our relationship is going to last. I know that it's never going to end. But I hope that this video serves as a purpose for those of you guys who maybe didn't know about this relationship, to educate yourself a little bit, and then move this forward. Make sure that our relationship between our two nations, our two countries, our two religions, our two peoples continues forever, indefinitely. I know that it's a very important thing to me, and whenever I end up having a family and raise my kids, I will teach them about how much the Philippines helped us, but also helped me. I love you guys very much. My Filipinos, I love you long, long time. And to everybody else, I love you as much as I can. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye,
I didn't even know that story.
Wow, yeah.
Wow, it's such an inspiring story.
You cannot learn something like this in the school actually. You're gonna need to learn from this video or something, because no one teach you about the real history at all. I feel like that. The country in Southeast Asia, when I watched this video and I quite learned a lot since we reacted to this kind of topic. I think they're supposed to put like Philippine story in our lesson because it's too big. I mean, because I learned in school they never like mention the Philippines and all that. They have a really big history like that. Just mention a little bit who conquered them.
Yeah, the superficial
like
level, like the Spanish.
Normal thing, you know, but what power they have, they never mention anything.
Yeah, we never learn even in Canada anything close to that. Like we don't go deep like that. It's really superficial level about what's going on during a war. And if you like this video, please suggest us more. We try to focus about what he was saying. He was speaking a little bit fast, so I hope that you enjoy our reaction. Please suggest us more. Subscribe, go see our community tab. We're gonna suggest you more, and you're gonna vote for which one we should react to next. So thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.